All right. Hope you guys are having a good start to your day. I've been asked to kind of touch on the topic of virtual open houses. Um, and I think for a lot of agents, they're kind of overthinking it. And so just want to go over two main ways that I foresee being able to do this very quickly and very effectively. So the first, you got to get people to attend the virtual open house. I personally like doing a Facebook event. And so if you go to your Facebook business page, let me share my screen. Um, there we go. And so what I did was, let me save it as well. So this is the event, and I named, 123 Smith Street Open House. And then the location, I created a Zoom meeting. So then the idea here is I'm hoping to capture the people's information through the Zoom registration. And the Zoom registration looks like this screen. So if you go to Zoom, you create a meeting, and then when you create the meeting, you then are able to ask them for their name and email. And so this could be a great way to get people to register for your meeting, right? And if you're not sure how to create a meeting with registration, Zoom has some great tutorials. It literally is just a checkbox. For your meetings, for this meeting, do you want registration? You check yes, and then this is what that screen looks like. And that's how you would get their information. Personally, being the nerd that I am, I prefer Calendly. And so what I would probably do is create one calendar for my open house, and probably use it over and over and repurpose the name of the calendar. And in this case, I would put the Calendly link right in the events section and just say register for the event via this link, and then place the Calendly link there again. So then you publish it. And then probably what I would do is, oh, the time is off. From there, I would probably have a Facebook ad ran. The Facebook ad would drive people to join or express interest in the event. It's a super cheap way to drive traffic. So, and then what ends up happening is, let's see. So then, here's the open house. It's hosted by me. Location is the Calendly. And so when people click the Calendly link, they're going to get one little window of time to schedule for the open house. And it looks like it's going kind of slow. So I'll just show you what that looks like here. So they'll click the Calendly link. That's hard to say. And this would be the calendar. And when I set my Calendly calendar up, I only gave one slot available. Like, I didn't give a lot of slots. And when you're setting up these meetings, you can do it for a group. And so when you go back into my meetings, it tells you, how many people can register for this event. And I just selected a group. Oh, max invites in a spot, 100. So you can see I just did a ton of people, allowing them all to register for the event. So then they select the time, they confirm it. And in the event details of Calendly, I basically made it an open house registration form: name, email, phone number, check one of these 4 options: want to move in 90 days, casually browsing, want to move within 6 months, undecided, unsure, and then I left other. And then they're going to get a text reminder. And what's cool about the Calendly, if you really geek out on this, you look at the confirmation page. That's my Zoom link, which is zoomwithbarry.com. It's my personal meeting room. You don't have to have a personal meeting room with a domain. That's just me being a nerd. You can have a regular, HTTP zoom.us/12759 or whatever. And so this, where the invitee questions section of the event is, so edit group event type, this is the name of the event. The location is my Zoom link. And so if you create your own Zoom meeting, it's going to be your Zoom link. This just happens to be a domain. Thank you. Who was it? Oh, it was Mike that shared that. This domain forwards to my personal meeting room. But again, you can put a regular Zoom link there. Then let's see, when you're going through the event details, you're just going to do the window of the open house time. So I just did 8 to 10 p.m. From there, I do the invitee questions, and you can just add questions right there. And then under notification and cancellation policies, I personalize the email confirmation. So it says the subject is confirmed event name, their name on event date. And then I added, reminder, this is a virtual open house from 8 to 10. I will be in the virtual room, Zoom with Barry. And so then it has the event details. So that's the email they get. Then they get a reminder 24 hours before about the event. And then they also get a text reminder 24 hours before and 1 hour before. And the text says, reminder, 123 open house with Barry Jenkins at 8 to 10 on today's date. Event is held at zoomwithbarry.com from 8 to 10. And then the confirmation page is just going to, let's see. So I'll register. So basically when they hit the event right here, they hit this Calendly link, they're going to go to this page. This is what they'll see. And so I'm going to sign up, Barry, Barry at yourfriendlyagent.net. Phone number is 757-816-4037. I want to move within 90 days. Send text reminders to. Now I've got all their information. They schedule the event in a very unassuming way. And you're confirmed. 123 Smith's open house. Here's the time. Here's the location. And then I added meeting location at zoomwithbarry.com because I really want to emphasize that with them. And then in my email, I should have, might not do it right away. Anyway, I'll as a attendee, I'll get a confirmation email. So then, all right, now it's the open house time. You're just hanging out, with the Matterport or the what is the other, the Astor Room or some kind of 360 tour. And the person enters the Zoom link. They're a complete stranger. All you know is they have their audio. You don't see them yet for whatever reason. They didn't turn their video on. And so they walk in or they open up in the room, and then you say, hey, this is Barry Jenkins. Thanks for visiting my open house on 6 Wainwright Drive. Not sure, can you just confirm if you can hear me either via the chat or via turning your video on, thumbs up, or right now I can't hear you. Oh, you can hear me. Okay, good. Well, unless you want otherwise, what I thought I would do is walk you through the outside of the townhouse, and then we'll go inside. And so this is a 360 view of the front of the house. Some of the good things about this neighborhood is it's got a great HOA with a great clubhouse. And you can see across the street, there's some tennis courts and great walking to different schools. The neighbors to the left right here, they're the president of the HOA. So just a fun detail there. And you can see the bike, great walking score for local businesses in the area. Let me take you to the backyard. So this is the back of the house. And what I like about it is, this is, for your starter home, but they've really maintained the deck. And you can tell from looking at it that the windows and the doors have been updated, which is always nice because that's not really something that you want to spend money on. And then let me take you to the backyard. And, it's almost like a little oasis. I mean, it is a townhouse, right? So, but here's your backyard with your trash cans and some bushes. I thought the tree was a nice touch. That's not something that grows overnight. And so you know, just something to consider, that it does have that quaint feeling, even though it is a townhome. Most people, kitchens and bathrooms are super important, so I thought I'd start in the kitchen, unless you object. Um, and so here's the kitchen. And, you know, as we're looking at this, sorry, my computer's, the internet's going a little bit slower. I want to walk over to the kitchen real quick and show you these countertops. They were updated. The cabinets are original, which some might think is a downside, but personally, they're real wood. They're not that Formica stuff, and they have been repainted. You can see here where you've got the stove with the open concept here instead of it being enclosed. You know, you've got a food pantry, and then you also have spot for the refrigerator. The living area here is pretty neat. They did, you know, like a wood, custom wood wall here, just to make it a little bit more appealing. There's the backyard that we were just in with the updated deck. Beautiful fireplace that's been serviced. Chair molding here. This would be considered in a part of the dining area. This would be where your washer and dryer room, and this would be a hall bath. Let me pause for a second, just ask, do you have any questions about what you've seen so far? Any concerns? I can, oh, you want to go back to the kitchen? Sure, sure. Sorry, I'm going kind of quick. And so then, so here's another view of the kitchen from here. Here's another eat-in area, dining area. And I will just stand here. Which way would you like me to turn? To the left? Okay, I'll turn to the left. All right, and I will shut up. You tell me when you want me to talk. And so then I'm talking to the YLOPO users now. You just let them look and say, you know, did you want me to turn? Oh, turn to the right? Okay, sure. Bedroom size? Sure, we can talk about the bedroom size. And as I'm doing this, I'm just clicking the circle where I want to go. It's kind of like Google Maps. And then, so this is, again, is Matterport, not Astroom. In the right way, we don't care what you use as long as you're going virtual. And this is the upstairs. You've got your bathroom there. The master is over here, beautiful hardwood. And there's your bathroom and some mirror closets, which a lot of people have really enjoyed. And then this was an upgrade. It was a recessed television room. A lot of people have enjoyed that just because it saves some space. And then, let's see, where else do we want to go? Do you want to see the other bedrooms? You do? Okay, well, let me show you this bathroom before we get there. And so then I'm going to go through the other rooms, right? You get the idea. It's just like an open house. So don't overthink it. Just share your screen and wait. And then at the end, I want you to depend less on connecting with them. And I tell my new agents this, you know, it used to be when you hold an open house, you've got like 15 minutes to connect with them relationally, show your professionalism, and somehow get enough information out of them so that you can try to capture them as your client. And that's a lot of work. Well, by using the Calendly approach, the reason why I like it is I got their name, email, and phone number. And then I'm able to add them to the open house form. So I would still create that on the YLOPO side, add them to the open house tool, and then get them in listing alerts that are going to match 6 Wainwright Drive. They're going to get remarketing that match 6 Wainwright Drive. They're going to be in your CRM, and then you're going to sandbox their search digitally. And the cool thing about doing it this way is you're capturing people that are looking for a home digitally right now. And right now, for a lot of you, that's the buyer you need. And I've been telling my team, if we're used to 1,000 sales in my area a month, and because of the pandemic, we've been cut in half, and I'm using this as an example, and now there's only 500 sales, it's going to take added creativity and focus to be able to find the 500. But if you do what we're telling you, you're going to find the 500, and you will be among one of the agents in your market that are still selling homes. And so at the end, I'm going to say, you know, do you have any feedback, any concerns, any questions I can answer? And more than likely, they're going to say no. You can show them the dollhouse view, which is kind of neat. And you can kind of look at the outside of it. Again, this is Matterport. It's unique to Matterport. So not a lot of them do the dollhouse view. You can also do the floor plan. And so they can see that and they can go in the room as well. So really at the end of the day, that's all I got. Let me see if there were any questions or comments before I shut this down. All right. So Heidi, the only reason I tried to explain it, you don't have to use Calendly. The only reason I would use it is because I want their phone number. And with the Zoom registration, I couldn't find a way when you're creating a meeting to get anything other than their email address. And so I like the way that the Calendly link not only captures their information, but then texts and emails my follow-up texts and emails. I just think it works better. And so again, just to rehash at a high level, drive traffic to an event on Facebook, use the Calendly link or a Zoom registration for a Zoom meeting right here for the location. And then from there, just wait. And if you're doing the Calendly, set up your Calendly event to be super specific. Go through and edit the invitee questions. Get really strict on when the meeting is. It can only be one day from one time to another time. Otherwise, you're going to get a lot of random. I guess that's okay because it'd be like a showing. But anyway, and then for notifications, personalize the email confirmation, personalize the text and the email reminders. And at the end, I wrote an email follow-up. Thank you for your time. Thank you for attending. Please respond to this email with any feedback for the listing. Did anything stand out, good or bad? Just a way to follow up. And I think that answers your question, Heidi. This is awesome. I missed the open of this webinar. Will you post it? Yeah, I'm going to save the Facebook Live. All right, there is your tutorial on doing a virtual open house. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Now, if I can just get out of. Have a great day, everybody.